We marketers are not patient, we want traffic and we want it now. So today we'll focus on new strategies that you can implement to get more organic traffic to your website. Hey, this is Ricky, founder of McCladic, and if you like this video, consider liking it and subscribing to this channel. We'll post a lot of videos about B2B marketing and how you can drive more organic traffic to your website. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. But first, a bit of a reality check. Any marketer that tells you that the strategies that they're going to implement is going to see results straight away is not telling you the truth. In fact, any strategy that you will implement today, you're only going to see the uplift in organic traffic over the course of a few months. Of course, there's some strategies that are faster and some strategies that are a little bit slower. But today we'll focus on the strategies that you can use to implement today and get traffic much faster than other strategies. So let's dive into it. The first thing to do is to avoid competitive keywords. It's very tempting to write content for competitive keywords because they get a lot of search traffic, right? Well, yes, but there's also a lot of competitors and other websites that are writing content for these specific keywords because they all want to rank for these keywords. So what you can do instead is to focus on long tail keywords, and I'll show you how to find long tail keywords in a second. But let's take for example dog food. So a lot of people are probably searching for dog food, and if you are a new website owner or if you sell dog food, it's very tempting to just write and focus on the keyword dog food. But it's probably much more productive to write for long tail keywords such as grain inclusive dog food without chicken. Your chances of ranking are much higher, and I'll show you exactly how you can find such a keyword. So this is the search engine result page of dog food. As you can see, there's a lot of content here. But if you scroll to the bottom of the search engine results page, you'll actually see other keywords that Google provides. These are keywords called long tail keywords. So for example, here's a long tail keyword that says dog food, brands to avoid. So let's click on that. So even this page is highly competitive. So let's try something else. So here's a long-term keyword that says dog food that is chicken free. And what's good is that Google suggested this keyword. So I just put an asterisk, which is a wildcard after dog food that. And then Google provides a couple of recommendations based on what people have been searching. So even this page, it's competitive, right? There's a lot of content about this topic. So let's scroll down to the bottom again. And here we'll see more long tail keywords. So for example, here's a keyword that says grain inclusive dog food without chicken. So let's click on that. Straight away, you will see that this search engine results page is a lot less competitive. So if I were to write content about this, I would have a much higher chance of ranking for this keyword. So the second strategy that you can implement is to make YouTube videos. A lot of people don't do this, and maybe they feel a little bit scared to get in front of the camera. But actually, YouTube is a very large search engine. Probably it's the largest search engine after Google itself. And even with competitive keywords, it's a lot easier to rank for those keywords on YouTube than it is to rank for those keywords on Google. So try to come up with a YouTube channel and start producing some videos. Also, when people search for a certain competitive keyword on Google, oftentimes on the first page of the search engine result page, you'll see a couple of videos. So, maybe your website doesn't get to the first page of the Google search engine result page, but your YouTube videos might, because of course YouTube has a much higher domain authority than you do. So it's easier to rank on the first page of Google. So with YouTube videos, you have the description of the YouTube video. So always write some keywords there that's relevant to your video and which you want to rank for. The first strategy is to create structured data on your website. So let's say, for example, you host an event. There's specific markup that you can implement on your website that tells search engines that the specific piece of content on your website is related to an event. So this will give you benefits on the Google search engine result page, and this will lift you up to the top of the search engine result page. Also, if you use structured data, for example, the how-to structured data, you basically tell search engines that your article or your blog post is a how-to, in a how-to format. So what this does on Google is actually showing you the steps, or showing people the steps that they need to take to fulfill their search query. So this is very powerful. Basically, structured data helps you to win a snippet, and this provides you a lot of organic benefits. The fourth strategy is to answer very specific questions. And when you answer very specific questions, you should aim for a blog post or an article about 1300 words. If you do this, the chances are that you'll win a snippet of this specific question. And of course, you'll go to the top of the search engine result page and you'll get a lot of organic traffic. So as an example, here I asked the question, how much does a Tesla cost? So the first result is a snippet by Energy Sage about how much a Tesla costs, and it says the price right there. So it ranges from 35,000 to 124,000. This is what you want to win. These are the snippets that are very powerful. So if you answer a specific question in your article that people actually search for, then you will win this snippet. And this is going to drive you a lot of traffic. The next strategy is to implement AMP pages. So AMP pages stands for Accelerated Mobile Pages. So I know a lot of people don't like AMP pages, and they have some sort of feud against it. But for me, I've seen a lot of traffic coming from my AMP pages. And of course, you should always implement, best practices. You should optimize your website. You should make it as fast as possible, not include so much JavaScript, etc. But AMP pages provide some extra benefits, such as Google Discover. And that is going to be my next point. Actually, Google Discover is driving a lot of traffic to my website. And it makes sense because more than 800 million people worldwide are using Google Discover to, find relevant articles that they're interested in. So rather than traditional search, meaning that you go to a search engine and you type in your question and you get the results, Google Discover looks at what you're interested in and provides content to you. So it's suggesting content. So let's say you're, researching a trip to Bali. Google knows that you have researched this trip, and in Google Discover it will now provide relevant content about Bali. So maybe nice restaurants to go to, nice sightseeing spots or hotels to visit. So Google knows what you're interested in, and basically it's supplying content for you. So this is very powerful for your website if you can utilize this. There are some criteria, and basically your website needs to meet the criteria of Google News. And the image, so the featured image that you use on your website, has to be at least 1200 pixels wide. I will leave a link down in the description with the exact requirements for Google News. So the last strategy is off-site SEO. So basically off-site SEO is search engine optimization on external websites rather than on your own. Of course, you have to implement SEO on your own website, but maybe your website doesn't have a very high domain authority yet, or not a lot of backlinks or whatever. If you use offsite SEO and you use tools such as YouTube or Medium, then you can upload your content there, and basically it's easier to go up in the search engine results page and get better rankings. So YouTube is a great way to do this, but also you have platforms such as Medium. So personally, every piece of content that I publish to Markletic, my website, I also syndicate that content to, for example, Medium. So this gives me also the benefits of the Medium audience, and every link that's going to that Medium article will be redirected to my own website. So this gives me a lot of SEO benefits. And whenever you syndicate content, you have to make sure that website or the platform that you're syndicating your content to implements a canonical tag. If you don't, Google might penalize you for duplicate content. So this is something that you want to avoid. So even on external websites, you have to do your SEO right. So you have to, find the right keywords, also implement the long tail keywords that I talked about earlier. Because if you don't, there's still other channels, there's still other, writers that have a higher authority than yours, and they'll be able to rank easier than yours. So the basic SEO principles apply, but it's a great way to drive more organic traffic to your website fast. So that wraps up this video. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you next time.